applying a pinstripe to a Morris Minor. So we're going to finish off our restoration by applying a pinstripe to a Morris Minor. And there's two ways of doing a pinstripe. One is hand painting it, as they would have been in Cowley, or using vinyl tape. So vinyl tape is probably the easiest option, and you can get it in all different colours. You want it to be about 3mm and 10 meters long. So we're going to use vinyl tape, but in the factory they used to do it by hand with two men, one on the left hand side and one on the right hand side. And apparently, as legend goes, the left-handed painter, who was the only left-handed painter in the Cowley workshop, said that if he was ill, he was the only man that could single-handedly stop production on the workshop floor because he was ill, and nobody could paint left-handed. Well, that's apocryphal. It's not true, but it's a good story. But neither of us can paint a pinstripe, so we're using vinyl tape.
So I'm going to demonstrate it on this stretch here. What I'm going to do is apply tape before it gets to the moulding. So it's going to be ahead of the moulding, and then I'm going to apply it all the way along, and then I'm going to go past the moulding, and then we're going to use a cutthroat razor to cut it. If you've got a curved one, all the better. We don't have a curved one, but that's all the better. We've cleaned it, and it's a dry, warm, still day. Some people even heat it, don't they?
Yeah, I think if it's anything below 15 degrees, you're going to want to heat it anyway. But you want it between 15 and 30 degrees to apply it. And you can warm it up with a hairdryer as well, and that makes it move and mould better, and you get no wrinkles in it. So here we go. So here we go. We're going to apply the tape. We're going to go past where we want to finish off. We're going to go all the way along in the middle of the moulding. Obviously, it's not a job for a blind man, because I can't even see the colour of the tape. So here we go. Look at that, poetry in motion. So I'm going to go all the way along the bonnet moulding, past each end, and then we're going to apply the cutthroat razor to where we want it to finish. So we're not going to drag the razor across the vinyl. We're going to place the razor on the tape and then pull the tape to the razor, and that gives it a nice clean cut.
I'm going to cut it just in from the end, because otherwise it has a tendency
to peel. And to stop it peeling after we finish, we're going to use a dab of clear nail varnish on either end, and that'll seal the ends to the moulding. Well, that's the theory anyway. There we go. How's that look? Not bad. So we're going to finish off on the rest of the car, and then we'll show you the finished article. So here we are. We've applied the pinstripe to both sides of the car, and now we're going to finish off by a dab of clear nail varnish over the end of each run to stop it lifting and peeling. Now, we used this method on our South African Morris a decade ago, and it's never moved, it's never peeled, it's been there and stayed even when I've cleaned it, which is amazing, to be honest. So I haven't even rubbed it off, so it worked really well.
Not all Morrises had pinstripes.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say that. Not all Morrises had pinstripes. Some were produced on the production line and never got the pinstripe. I always think it's just that little bit of detail which finishes it off. And as with this birch grey, you always have a red or burgundy pinstripe depending on the colour of the interior. But you can have whatever colour pinstripe you like. And there we go.